Hi everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Extending NetSuite Functionality with IQ Configure Price Quote and AvaTax. My name is Laura Mon-Ginsberg. I'm the Senior Director of Marketing here at Luxent, and I'll be moderating today's webinar, which is being presented in partnership with Avalara, a tax solution leader and fellow NetSuite app provider. Before we begin, I wanted to let you know we are recording today's webinar, which we will provide to you, as well as taking your questions. So go ahead and please enter questions anytime in the GoToWebinar panel, and we'll answer as many as we can in our time together. So our agenda today, this is a quick 30-minute webinar, so we'll be breezing through the rest of our introductions, and then we'll get into the meat of today's presentation, talking a little more about why you should consider adding applications to your NetSuite platform, and then diving into two built for NetSuite applications, IQ Configure Price Quote for advanced quoting, and AvaTax for automating sales tax. Finally, we will wrap up with questions and a couple of next steps. So I want to introduce you first to Luxent if you are not familiar with us. We're a private company based in Southern California with offices and team members throughout North America. Yours truly is holding down the fort in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we have consultants all over the country. As you can tell from the formatting of our logo, user experience or UX is incredibly important to us. And that goes well beyond just the technology platforms and the user's experience with them. So we work hard to be partners to our customers, and we're very proud of the high marks that they give us in return. We are a NetSuite SDN and application partner, and you'll be hearing more about one of our solutions today, IQ Configure Price Quote. In addition, we have a data integration solution that brings together business-critical applications such as ERP and Salesforce. So you'll be hearing from three of us over the next 28 minutes or so, and I'm joined today by my colleague at Luxent, Peter Uritis, who is part of our sales team, and Tara McLeod, a regional manager for Avalara, who is here to talk about AvaTax. So let's get into our topic for today and start by answering that question. You may be asking yourself, why do I need an application for my NetSuite platform? So our participants today are NetSuite users, and as you know, it's the leading cloud ERP platform. But even a leader, any solution can't do absolutely everything for everyone all the time. So specialized businesses like those that we work with in the manufacturing and distribution and service and retail industries in particular are going to need more functionality than an out-of-the-box solution can provide. So you chose the cloud because you were looking for a fast and accessible and secure platform that gave you the agility to run your business easily in the cloud, and adding functionality through apps helps you complete that vision of a seamless, easy, intuitive system. And that's important because, as we all know, customers are acting more like consumers, and that means that they want information and responses and quotes and products and tax calculations right now. They not only expect them now, but they expect them to be 100% accurate. So a cloud application is a great way to ensure that your business processes are running fast and smooth and accurately. And on top of those customer expectations, your teams are also expecting that they have the technology at their fingertips that's easy to use and helps them do their jobs as fast as they need to. So adding in a cloud application to your core NetSuite platform goes a long way in making your users feel empowered and making sure that they can deliver on those promises to your customers. So if apps are new to you or you haven't yet really dug into them, I would recommend that you head over to suiteapp.com, which is NetSuite's application warehouse online. All the apps that are listed here are built for NetSuite certified, which means that they've gone through all the certifications that NetSuite requires of its providers to ensure that they work seamlessly on the platform. So that means you can have the peace of mind that everything you find there has been tested and certified and recertified. In fact, we just went through one of our regularly scheduled recertification processes that just make sure that, as NetSuite is constantly updating its platform to be robust and secure and the best of the cloud, that all the applications are keeping up with it. So you can search by vertical, by a business need, by the providers themselves, by a solution type, and you can connect with solution providers directly through the site. So that's just a very quick look at why apps might be right for you. With that, I would like to invite onto the call Peter Uritis, my colleague here at Luxent, and he is going to tell you a little bit more about IQ Configure Price Quote for NetSuite.
Thanks a lot, Laura. Good morning, everyone. My name is Peter Uritis, and I'm account executive here at Luxent. And what I wanted to start out is by talking to you a little bit about why you might need advanced quoting solution. The first reason you might need it is because you're doing custom products and quoting a whole lot of products that you don't have an item for currently in NetSuite. You might be doing same and except quotes, so you're doing a lot of quotes that are very similar and you only need to make little tweaks, so you'd much rather copy and paste an entire quote and then make some alterations to that quote. Maybe you have rules-based products and services that you need to be able to configure those products. Or you're doing placeholder setup in NetSuite and quoting in some other solution. Maybe you have work order components that change on the fly and you need to be able to alter those and capture those costs and price. And then lastly, you might be working in Excel and spend way too much time searching through old folders or searching for another person's quote and spend all your time doing that rather than actually selling or quoting new business. So some topics that I wanted to discuss with you at a high level and some things that we'll touch on a little bit more throughout my presentation. But these are just some things that that IQ has to offer. One, guided selling, which we'll talk much more about. Advanced configurator with advanced logic and rules-based dependencies. The ability to do complete proposals. We have an integration to a product called DrawLoop that does advanced proposal generation. So if you're looking for something that's much more professional, have a little bit more flexibility in being able to alter proposals for certain customers, we have a really great solution for you. And then one thing that we have prided ourselves on is using a lot of our industry experience to build out our IQ product. So we have years and years of experience in manufacturing, distribution, software, and service. And you'll see all those things built into our product. And then lastly, it is built for NetSuite. We are an SDN partner, and it is listed on the AvaTax, as Laura already mentioned. So the first thing we want to touch on was guided selling, and this is the ability to create questions for your salespeople that might not have all the industry experience or know all your products. So going through a series of questions, the system will choose the products for them and give them the ability to have a little bit more knowledge than they might have if they are a new employee or if you just have a lot of products that you offer. We also have the ability to do custom configured guided selling. So if you have more advanced quoting and configuration, we have the ability to do guided selling for that as well. Another thing that we do is cross-sell, upsell, and alternate products. So we are, if you are selecting a product for a customer and you want to be able to upsell them and say, hey, listen, we have another great product that I think you should take a look at, or if there's other components to it that you might be able to sell on top of the product that they've selected, you have very quick and easy access for visibility to that. Maybe you're doing advanced estimating or advanced products where you need to define a multi-level bill of materials and routing. You want to see all the parts into an assembly or a custom product. Maybe it's raw material that you have rolling up into the top level assembly, and you want to be able to associate labor and different operations for that. You have the ability to build all that out. Also, you have the ability to build parts on the fly, or a custom part. So if you're not wanting to enter in an item into the item master at NetSuite, which they require to do quoting out of their native quoting application, and maybe you're quoting thousands of parts and you're only winning a handful of them, our product gives you the ability to quote those custom products. And then configurable products. Basically, you can set up advanced logic for each one of these products, and this will give you the ability to say, let's say we're going to select a processor. Well, that will define the certain types of memory chips or the monitors that go along with that processor. This will eliminate any sort of mistakes that are happening based on the fact that you've selected two products that don't go together, and then you're not figuring that out until it's way downstream, and maybe they've already purchased it and you have to go back to the customer. And that goes back to what Laura was saying. People want their quotes accurate and they want them very quickly, and this will help you eliminate those mistakes. IQ is great at being able to, once you've added in the cost and price of everything, it very quickly defines the margin and the percentage associated with that. This is great if you are quoting a lot of different parts and giving out discounts and wanting to see where the health of those products are from a margin standpoint. And also we have the ability to set up alerts if someone's quoting below a certain percentage and you want to get managerial sign-off on those parts. Well, then we have the ability to set up those triggers and those defaults to set up those product sign-offs or those quote sign-offs for you. We also have some other great discount functionality in there. You can see the quantity price breaks shown in this slide. You have the ability to give discounts at the line level or at the header level if you want to quote or discount the entire quote. So we have a lot of functionality built into there that would be great for manufacturers or distribution companies. And then lastly, one of the things we're finding more and more is people wanting the ability to quote support, maintenance, or subscription agreements that go along with their products. Maybe they're selling product and they want to upsell a maintenance contract for it or a warranty. And maybe they would just want to show the option to their customer. We have the ability to not only be able to quote those, but also manage the recurring contracts of those. So you'll see that on the quote, when you quote a product, you'll be able to flag a product as optional, and it will show up the warranty there, and it won't reflect in the price, but they'll have visibility to see those products. That's all I had to discuss today about IQ. We'd be happy to talk to anyone more about their requirements and put together a custom demonstration. Please, after the webinar, reach out to myself or Laura. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Peter. And as Peter mentioned, we did not have time to dig into a full demo because of the length of this presentation today, so we would certainly be happy to show anybody a much more in-depth and custom demonstration if you'd like to see more of exactly how you can work through the IQ for NetSuite platform. So with that, I would love to welcome Tara onto the line to talk to us about AvaTax.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Peter. Hello, everybody. My name is Tara McLeod. I'm the Regional Account Manager here with Avalara. And just to give you a bit of background, Avalara has been around the industry since 2004, and we're the leading provider of sales tax automation in the cloud. So Avalara, we integrate into over 500 different ERP, e-commerce, as well as point-of-sale platforms where we streamline the process of sales tax via the cloud. And our motto here at Avalara is we like to make sales tax more relaxing, less taxing for our customers. So the number you see here, it's a big number to swallow, and the National Retail Federation did a study, and what this number represents is the uncollected sales tax from e-commerce sales. And most states are in budget deficits, and the first place they're going to collect these funds is for sales tax. So part and parcel of collecting tax is you need to know if you've created nexus in a specific state. So states are constantly expanding the definition of nexus, which could determine if you need not to only collect sales tax, but also remit it as well. And just to give you a visual, this map looks more like a jigsaw puzzle with all these different colors, but it actually represents the 12,000 plus jurisdictions in the United States alone. So not only do you have to keep up with the tax rates, you also have to keep up with the taxabilities. And states are coming up with their own rules as well as changes to taxabilities. And just to give you an example of a couple of those scenarios, we always like to use a Milky Way chocolate bar is taxable, but a Milky Way dark chocolate bar is not taxable because it contains flour. Another example would be a bucket of red paint. Taxable, but depending on the usage of the bucket of red paint, if you're painting a baler or a curb, could determine that it's not taxable. And then the last example would be, say, a flag sold in a specific state. It's not taxable, but if you're selling it with the flag pole, then it is determined taxable. So it's very error-prone to stay on top of these constant changes to rates, rules, as well as boundaries. So if that's not all you're having to worry about, the another big issue for businesses like yourself is the changes to nexus. Now, states are constantly broadening this definition, and it's not just a physical presence in a location. A few example of nexus triggers could be affiliates, if you have hosted data centers, if you maintain inventory in a specific state, if you do trade shows and give giveaways away, drop shipments, contract employees, and the list goes on with these nexus triggers. So where I'm going here is that with these constant changes, I highly recommend to reviewing your nexus annually, or either by a professional, either by our professional service departments here, or by your CPA or accountant. So just to show you Avalara's technology, we're not based on zip code to find a sales tax rate. Zip codes mean zip when it comes to sales tax rates. They have no correspondence in one another. So what Avalara does, we're a technology company where we drill down to the rooftop location using latitude, longitude. When a sales tax calculation is made in NetSuite, NetSuite now is going to call out to the cloud and basically walk a decision tree to pull that information back. The information that it's asking the cloud is the ship to, is the product taxable? Is it being taxed on a goods or service? What are the sourcing rules? A tax code. All that information, a round-trip calculation is about 0.4 of a second. Any changes to rates, rules, boundaries, Avalara is maintaining that, so you're getting that real time, which makes sure that you're not undercharging your customer, overcharging your customer, as well as billing a high enough wall if you were ever involved into an audit. And just like outsourcing your payroll, companies have the same benefit with outsourcing your sales tax. So currently, we have over 24,000 different customers out there with a 98% renewal rate. The reason why companies like Groupon, Nordstrom's, as well as NetSuite themselves that use us is because they know that tax is difficult. They know that it's difficult to do it right. It's to do it consistent, and it's a revenue generating activity that has to be done. So It does not add any value to your bottom line. Outsourcing your sales tax through Avalara allows you to focus on your growth and gain efficiency. So as a quote from Jack Welch, he always says, do what you do best and outsource the rest. And just in a nutshell, Avalara, we like to call ourselves the tripod of sales tax. We have 3 solutions, which is a sales tax calculations engine, where we manage your sales tax calculation, where you get it right, where you drill down to that rooftop location. Any changes to rates, rules, boundaries, we're maintaining that, so you're getting that real time. We manage exemption certificates, so if you have customers that are tax exempt, we file these in our electronic file cabinet. That way that liability lies on your customer, not you, if you were ever involved into that audit. And then we flow your exemption certificates and your sales tax calculations through the returns. We file, remit on your behalf. So at the end of the month, you're having to just go into our console, click approve, you're done. Avalara cuts the checks, fills out the reports, mails them to the proper taxing jurisdiction. So very similar to outsourcing your payroll, you're outsourcing your sales tax. So I just wanted to give you a high level of what we do. If you'd like more information, I'd be more than happy to talk to you in a deeper discussion and show you the values of Avalara. And I'd like to hand it back over to Laura.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Tara. Really appreciate that look at the solution and the whole tripod. I myself deeply believe in outsourcing things that are not my bailiwick, so I like that perspective quite a bit. So I know that was pretty fast and furious, looking at 2 very robust solutions in not a lot of time, but I think that you got a good feel for how both of these are certainly part of a well-run business and part of the processes that you encounter every day. And we'd love to talk to you more about them. So you can learn more online about either solution at the URLs you see on the screen. And you can also contact us at the info@Luxent address. Avalara is a partner of ours, and we would be happy to connect you through us to Tara and the team to learn more about how AvaTax and the rest of the product suite can work for you. So with that, we'd like to use our last couple of minutes to move into some Q&A here. You can feel free to put any questions that you have in the GoToWebinar panel, and we will try to get to as many as we can here and hopefully wrap up even a little bit early. So Peter, I'm going to send the first question to you here. I think aside from being asked if we're sending out the webinar recording, this might be the perennial favorite, but can you talk briefly about how long it takes to implement IQ Configure Price Quote?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. I would say that it ultimately depends on your requirements and how advanced your quoting requirements are. But typically we see on the very light side of a quoting requirement anywhere between 2 weeks to a month. And then as it gets more advanced, we can see up to about 2 months.
Okay, great. I think that gives some good stakes in the ground. Tara, how does the tax solution actually integrate with NetSuite? How does that all work?
So Avalara, all it is an internet connection. So we are integrated into NetSuite. So it's not an on-prem solution. Basically, it's a flip of a switch. It's plug and play. Typical implementation time is anywhere from 10 to 30 hours to get you set up. Again, you're going to work with the Go Live coordinator here with Avalara that will get you up and running. So again, it's just an internet connection, and we're integrated into NetSuite's application.
Okay. And just because I know taxes make all of us nervous, or maybe I'm just projecting myself here, another quick question for you, Tara. So if you're a company and the question is that we just hired people that are in different states, how can we be sure that we're registered to collect sales tax correctly?
So we have a professional services department here that is with former auditors, tax attorneys, that you can either do a nexus study to determine if you've created nexus in a specific state and you're now having to register in that state, or again, your CPA or accountant can do that also. We also have another service here, monitoring, so that way we can monitor your sales to determine if you need to be set up and with that state, so you need to get registered with that state. So there's a couple options that you can have.
Okay, that sounds good. Nice and foolproof. Well, with that, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up for today. We appreciate you joining us today. We hope you found this informative and hope that you'll reach out with any additional questions. Peter and Tara, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for being part of today's session, and we'll hope to see everyone on a future webinar. Thanks so much, and have a great day.